Hi, my name is Akankshya Upadhyay and I am your English instructor. In today's class, we will be attempting the questions related to a play named A Disaster. This play is based on a recent powerful earthquake that was hit in Nepal. So let's begin. Now let's go through the exercise. Here are 15 words and we need to read those words and group the words into 3 columns. The ones that are related to earthquake, we need to group the words showing people's reaction, and finally, the words that are related to helping the needy. Now let's begin with the first word, tremor. So what is a tremor? The synonym for tremor is earthquake itself. Let's go to the third scene where Rajamati is saying, I'm not going anywhere from here. There is always chance of tremors similar to that. In this statement, she means that there is always a chance of earthquake which is similar to the one she has just faced. So let's put tremors in the category of words that are related to earthquake. So we have tremor in the word related to earthquake. The second word is praying. We have already learned in the play that elderly people are praying. That means after the earthquake, people are praying to be safe. That means it's a people's reaction. So praying is people's reaction. The third word is rescue. The meaning of rescue is to save someone from a dangerous situation. Let's go back to the play and see where rescue is. We can see in the fourth scene, Pratik says here that we are getting national and international level help and support for rescue. So rescue means it's a word related to helping the needy. So let's write it down. Rescue belongs to the word related to helping the needy. The fourth word is shocks. So shocks also means earthquake. So let's list it down to the words related to earthquake. Further, we are moving towards donations. In the same scene, we have people have been raising donations. Now here, donations means something that's given like charity. So here, donation means helping the needy. So let's put donation in this list. Further, yelling. Yelling means to shout. A loud cry is yelling. Here, in the first scene, we can see that Gayatri is yelling and trembling. So here we know that we can read that all struggle down to second story and find Gayatri yelling. So yelling means people's reaction. Further, aftershock. Aftershock are the small earthquakes that come after the larger ones. So aftershock is also a word related to earthquake. Relief. Relief means to comfort someone. In the fourth scene, we can see that Pratik is saying we are getting national and international help and support for rescue, relief, and resettlement. Relief means giving comfort. So relief is under the word that's related to helping the needy. And then shocked is people's reaction because they're shocked to hear about the news. People are shocked to hear about the damages caused by the earthquake. Now, the next word is dumbfounded, and this means shocked. Again, it's the synonym for shocked or surprised. Here in the fourth scene, we can see Baisakh 13, people gather and share their views post-earthquake situations. Most look dumbfounded because of the frequent aftershocks. Here, dumbfounded means shocked and scared. So dumbfounded is people's reaction. The next word is tensed. Of course, tensed is also people's reaction because you're tensed when you are in the situation like this. So tensed is people's reaction. Screaming is again a very loud cry, and people are screaming due to the earthquake because they're scared. So screaming is people's reaction. Resettlement is another word in our list which means to resettle. Now, resettlement means moving people in a different place to live. So again, in the fourth scene, we can see Pratik saying that we are getting national and international help and support for rescue, relief, and resettlement. So resettlement is helping the needy, helping people who've lost their houses live somewhere else. So resettlement comes under helping the needy. Next is Richter Scale. Richter Scale is a word related to earthquake because it's how the magnitude of earthquake is measured. A Richter scale expresses the magnitude of an earthquake. So Richter scale is a word related to earthquake. And finally, ambulance. Ambulance is a word that comes under the group to help the needy because people might have been in an emergency situation due to the earthquake, and ambulance helps them reach hospital. In this way, it's helping the needy people. Further, we move towards the question and answer in the exercise. So let's begin. How would you describe Pratik? Sketch characters in some sentences. From the second scene, we can see that Pratik is trying to get updates from FM radio. He's updating people with whatever information he has in the second scene. Also, in the third scene, Pratik consoles his mother to stay strong. So by this, we know that Pratik is very responsible. So we begin our answer by saying, Pratik seems to be responsible. He is curious about what's happening around him. He knows the importance of information during the emergency, and he is spreading the information. Also, he's motivating people. So we can write, so because of Pratik, people are knowing what's happening around them. What two things does Paru seem to have learned? Let's go back to our play in the fourth scene where Paru is saying that if people were aware to go in safe places at the time of earthquake, human casualties would not have been so high. At the time of emergency, we should either be under safe construction or we should reach safe places like parks or open fields. Another important thing that I have learned now is we should always have an emergency bag ready. So these are the two things that Paru has learned. Let's write it down. Paru has learned that at the time of emergency, we should either be under safe construction or we should reach safe grounds. Also, she learned that we should have an emergency bag ready. The third question is, according to Dharmendra, what are the reasons behind the heavy loss of life and property? Let's go back to the play. In the fourth scene, Dharmendra says that they must be going for rescue operations. Poor quality of land might be the reason of some destruction. So many houses have been illegally erected. They get permission for 2 or 3 story construction, but they go beyond that. So this was sure. These are the reasons, according to Dharmendra, behind the heavy loss of life and property. So let's write it down. According to Dharmendra, poor quality of land and house being illegally built are the reasons behind the heavy loss of life and property. The final question is, what does Gayatri think of the earthquake? The answer is again in the fourth scene, where Gayatri says, I'm terribly sorry about the deaths. It's nothing other than sin of sinful people in this world. The very sin is now having us all cry. So Gayatri thinks that earthquake is a sin of sinful people in this world. Earthquake is a sin of sinful people in the world, according to Gayatri. The homework for today's class is, if you were one of the youths there in the play, how would you help the people? Give your opinion. This is your homework for today's class. You can simply begin your answer by saying, if I were one of the youths there in the play, I would, and then continue with your opinions. You can say that you would save the resources because you do not want to waste resources during the time of emergency, right? So you can say that you would save resources or you would motivate people to stay strong, and then you would help people rebuild their houses or anything and just complete the question in 5 sentences. This is all for today's class. If you have any questions, any queries, or anything that you wish to share with us, please feel free to write to us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thanks for watching.